Hello, welcome to another installment in Waypoint Global's How Do I series. Today we will be discussing how to register a new document using the New Document Wizard within Document Manager. We will go through the process step by step and talk about each piece of what is involved in registering a document. To register a document means to formally record or enter a master copy of the document into the Electronic Document Control Services repository, i.e. a controlled storage location. I am logged in as myself for this demonstration, for in order to register documents one needs to be a producer, or have settings that are configured to be a producer. Producers are the individuals whose primary function is to create and register documents into the suite via Document Manager. These users must have the New Document Privilege, which is the right to create and register, and access rights to a repository or a place to store a document. We are viewing the Modules page, which lists all of the modules available in our suite. Since this video is pertaining to Document Manager, I will select Document Manager to open. Now we are inside Document Manager. I will select New, which is the paper icon in the top menu bar. This takes us to the New Document Wizard. This wizard has 14 screens that will lead us through the registration process. Not all screens need to be completed during this initial registration. The registration screens are as follows: Document Information, Document Type, Document Repository, Document Catalog Detail, Document Default Access, Document Access, Final Approval Authority, Route, Document Indexing, Paper Distribution, Electronic Distribution, Review, Document Release Date, and Document File. The first screen of the wizard asks for background information such as the document's title, number, and description. The document title is used to locate and identify a document in the suite system, and it must be unique. We will fill this out and move to the second screen when complete. The second screen pertains to declaring the document file type. From the drop-down list, there is a plethora of options available. Be sure to select the correct document type in this stage, or else you will not be able to view, edit, annotate, approve, or reject the document. For our example, we will select Adobe Acrobat PDF and select Next. The third screen decides where the file is going to be stored. In order to control documents and all of their revisions, the suite must know where the files are to be stored. Repositories are the centrally located storage areas that provide the maximum amount of control. You can also choose to store them in independent directory locations on network or local drives, but they may not offer a full audit trail for management system documents. If you do not want to store this document in a repository, select Path to File. Waypoint Global strongly recommends that you use repositories to take advantage of the security, enforce practices that promote document control, and to maintain a full audit trail. For our example, we will select the PowerWay repository and select Next. On to a fourth screen, which pertains to the catalog detail, which means that we are deciding what details we wish to keep in the document's revision catalog. We can select from None, only the revision history, or all drafts. If we select Keep Revision History, we would be retaining revisions that only make it to the final approval process, and whether they are approved or rejected in their final disposition. For this example, we will keep all drafts. The more evidence, the better, in my opinion. The fifth stage determines the default access to the document. Document Manager controls documents based on the access level assigned either to groups of users or individual users. There are 6 levels of access to a document. None, which you are denied access to the revisions of this document and you can't view, print, edit, configure, or delete. The View, you're able to view the document from desktop. View Print, you're able to view and print the document from desktop. Edit, you can view and print the document from desktop, and you can make changes to the document revision by checking it in and out through the Document Manager. The Configure access can do all of the previously mentioned, as well as change document information in the document workspace through Document Manager. The last one is configure delete, which does all of it mentioned, but you can also actually delete the file. For this example, we are going to select View as our default access for this and select Next. The sixth screen further details the access by letting the creator specify different access levels to individual users. You can give individual users or user groups more or less than the default access. Groups can be viewed by clicking the plus sign. In our example, we want to control the number of paper copies of this drawing, so we set the default access to view for all users. The exception to that default is that we want to give the manufacturing production group the right to print as well as view. Next, in the seventh screen, we will declare which users will be the final approval authority. They will have the authority to complete a route for the document being made. The FAA is the person who makes the ultimate decision if the document is released for use or is rejected for further edits. For our example, we will leave the FAA default as is and select Next. The eighth screen helps the creator select route participants for future routes, along with what type of sequencing and return condition the route will possess. Our example document is not going on a route at this moment, but we will set it for a parallel complete routing with a specific pre-made routing list of users and user groups. For the ninth screen, we will determine what indexing needs to be added to the document. If producers have been given the right to add index items, must have index topic privilege, to any existing topic, they can add items in the new document registration wizard document indexing screen. This is very helpful because if the item they need is not in the list, they can add the item they need without having to cancel the new document registration wizard. There are 7 index topics that are also system pools in the Waypoint Global desktop. They are the Customers pool, the Departments pool, the Part Numbers pool, the Facility pool, and others. There is a reason why these 3 are index topics and system pools. They are index topics so that desktop consumers can search for documents using those topics as search criteria. They are also pools because you need the ability to reference a particular customer, department, or part number in the content of a document. Waypoint Global has built in a nice shortcut for you. If you add an item to the system pool for any of these topics, the item will also be added as an index item to the matching index topic. For example, if you add the training department to the list of departments and system pools, it will automatically appear in the department's index topic. The opposite of this, however, is not true. If you add an item to an index topic, it will not be added to the matching system pool. It is possible to have an index item that you will search by but not use as a reference inside a document. If you want to make sure that your items for customers, departments, and part numbers always show in the pools as index items, always add them from the pools area rather than the index topics area of the desktop. Several other index topics are also auto-populated based on content added to either system pools or user-defined pools. We have a handful of other modules that, when installed, add in their own pools, which are Desktop Corrective Action and Instruction Writer. We will add in a handful of indexing items to our example document and move to the next screen. You may have some documents that require distribution of controlled paper copies. If so, you can use the Document Manager workspace to track those distributions. In this example, we want to send controlled paper copies to members of the manufacturing production group. Since we did not create a paper distribution list for this example, or for this group, we will have to add them individually. We will add a couple of users and move to the next screen. All users of the system do not need to be notified when the drawing is released because it does not apply to their daily responsibilities. Electronic notification does not affect document access. It simply notifies users of new releases. For our example, we will make sure that the Users on Distribution List radio button is marked and add an electronic distribution list. After that, we will move on to the next page. Now we are on to the screen that determines how often the document needs to be reviewed. Using this feature properly means that release documents will be reviewed regularly, thus keeping your quality system in compliance. The owner of a document will be notified when a current document's review period has been reached. At that time, the document may be reviewed to see if any changes are required. The review is completed, and the suite system retains the dates, time, document, reviewer, and review comments, and recomputes the next review date. We will generate a review cycle so that it will be reviewed every year with a review period of 7 days. And we will put the check in the checkbox for recomputing the next review date on release. That way it will automatically pick the next day for us. This screen will determine what state the document is in when we complete the wizard. If you release a document and make it current upon registration, you are saying that the route for approval has already taken place. All records of the route must be kept for audit purposes if the document is a quality system document. We will select the checkbox and move forward. We can control the document usage. In our case, we will just keep Allow View checked. Everything else we will leave alone. Click Register and we are complete. We have come to the completion of the wizard. You have the opportunity to either start over again with another document, or you can select Finish if you only had one document to register. And that is how to add a document via the new Document Wizard in Document Manager. Thank you for joining us today. Please tune in to more of our How Do I videos for more helpful tips and tricks on our products. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you need to talk to a member of tech support, please use the information on the screen to reach us. We are available via email and phone Monday through Friday. We will help you with whatever you need.